Hey leader, today I want to talk to you about how to delegate or actually getting results by delegating the right way. And the reason I say this is because delegating seems to be one of the biggest challenges of those who are in leadership. And I have worked from mid-level managers all the way to senior level managers, senior level executives. And the biggest challenge is really, truly delegating. Some people will say, well, I delegate all the time. But the question is, are you really delegating where you are empowering? So the biggest challenge, like I said, is truly delegating for those in leadership roles. And when it comes to delegating, that means actually sharing what the responsibilities are and giving the authority for that employee to make decisions. If you are, yes, you're delegating, but you are really not empowering your people, you're kind of hanging over their shoulder, watching how they do things, giving them directions, this is not delegating. You are not actually sharing responsibility. You're telling them how to do it, and then you are looking over their shoulder to make sure it gets done to your specifications. And a lot of people who are perfectionists by nature, who really struggle with this micromanaging, well, this is not the way to go. So what it really means to empower is that when you are really giving that employee the ability to make the decisions on how they're going to approach that task or that project. You're saying, this is what we want, and I'm going to leave you to get the results. You decide how you're going to get that done. This is truly delegating. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. So, hey, I wanted to let you know that I am putting together a leadership mastermind, and if you are interested in being a part of it, then shoot me an email at drheather@transformationgroupllc.com, and I can share more information with you. So Mastermind, you don't want to miss out on that. So one other thing that I really want to share with you is that when it comes to delegating, there are 3 strategies that can be used to help you in this process to make sure that you are really empowering. And the first is trust. So trust is important in any relationship, right? You have to trust that your employee is going to possess the skills, the knowledge, the experience, has the aptitude to get it done, and has the motivation to be successful. So you're trusting in them that they can get the job done. Also, you are trusting in them that they're going to do their best, that they're going to give 110% towards whatever is being delegated. And you're also giving them the right task. And what I mean by that is, this was years ago. I was working at a university, and my boss at the time had shared, this was when I was going through grad school, had shared that he wanted me to oversee this project. And it was for the students, and it was about the different majors within the college. Well, I am the one area or department that I'm not really great at is math. And so I actually delegated that piece out because it is not a strength of mine. And self-awareness, which I did the last video on, is really important. You have to know what you're good at. So I delegated it out. And then my boss later came to me and said, why did you give that to her? She's not going to be any good at it. And I said, I gave that piece to her because she has a master's in math. She teaches math at the university, and she is a much better person for this piece of it than I am, and this is a strength of hers. So then it was in discussion. So, you have to be strategic about what you're delegating. So make sure that they have the skills to do it. So think about the task and what's considered also when it comes to the organizational expectations of that as well. Also, when it comes to when you're delegating, make sure they have the bandwidth. Make sure that they have the time to be able to put towards whatever it is that you want them to take on. And if they don't, then maybe that has to be your second person in line to be able to take on that extra responsibility. Also, make sure that you celebrate successes. It is so important to celebrate when they have wins, because this is going to build mutual trust, because they're seeing that you are acknowledging what is getting accomplished, and you see all the hard work and effort that they're putting into it. Now, the second strategy that you can use to actually make sure that you are delegating the right way is to give instructions. And when it comes to giving instructions, that means being clear, communicating clearly what the expectations are, or those outcomes that you are wanting, as well as the instructions on kind of how you see that big picture. What is it that you want accomplished? Make sure that the instructions are, you get that big picture, but also confirm understanding. Make sure that they are clear on what you're wanting. And this comes down to deadlines that you are wanting information by, or outcomes, objectives to be met. This means also the resources that are available. This means the budget that has been allotted for the project or task. This means the scheduling of the feedback sessions where you are asking for updates on the project or task. This also means, how are the outcomes being measured? Your people really need to know that when it comes to delegating. They need to know what they're responsible for from the whole project, not just little pieces of it. What are they going to be responsible for, and what are the outcomes that are expected? The third thing that strategy to make sure that you delegate the right way is empower. And honestly, I cannot say this enough. So empowering means that you are giving them the power to make decisions. You're turning over complete control of how they're going to take that task, what their approach is going to be. And I know for some people this is a real challenge. And like I said before, like if you're a perfectionist by nature, you want to control everything and you end up micromanaging. Well, your people do not like to be micromanaged. I'm going to tell you that right now. They want to be able to use their brain and be able to own a task. And this is key when it comes to delegating. So this means that you are creating opportunities for open communication, allowing them to come to you if they need advice on something. Also, if they need support, you're giving that opportunity as well when it comes to empowering. Hey, I'm here for you. Let's stay updated on this. And if you have any questions, I'm available. Also, allow your people to give their best. If you put constraints on them, then they are not going to give their best. So do not take even little steps towards micromanaging. And then also, when it comes to delegating, they should not be the dumping ground of the tasks that you decide to delegate. That is not going to motivate your people. So whatever it is that you decide to delegate, make sure that it is something that is challenging for them, something where you're going to allow them to grow both personally and professionally, because this is what they're wanting. They have their own ambitions, and you empowering them to be able to get there is what's key. So successful, bottom line, really the end result is that successful delegation of authority means that yes, it's going to take some time and it's going to take a lot of energy from you. But in the long run, you're going to be so glad that you did it, because it is going to give you the freedom to be able to really focus on things that are important for you and where your attention really should be. So also the great bonus and the byproduct of all this is that your employees, it's really going to build their self-confidence and their motivation, which is going to lead to their personal and professional success, as well as overall company organizational success. So this is what's really cool about delegating the right way to get results. So if you like this video, please like the button below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my weekly tips and strategies that will help you become a better boss and leader. And last but not least, go out and be that boss that your employees want to work for. Until next time, bye.